Happy Friday, everybody. Look. Well, there, you know, the funny thing is, if I say look, and then I just move out of the frame of the picture, like that doesn't help you guys in any way, shape, or form. But if I say look, and then I move that and point, basically you see that I am rocking the Jurassic World Alive hat. Now, the funny thing about this hat is I didn't know it was going to cause such a stir. Apparently, not many people have this hat, and there are a few of you, and I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who you are, right? So there's some people on the Meta Hub who are coveting my hat. This guy right here, that little beauty, and I've received numerous requests for me to send them my hat. But you know what? Ludia sent me this hat, not you. But it is a good hat, right? Is that going too far? Am I taking it too far there? All right, enough about the hat. We've got a few things going on today. The first thing is we do have this one-step strike tower for cunning creatures. If I can circle back around to pick that up, we are definitely going to do so. And I don't know why I keep saying we, because I guess I'm taking you guys on a journey with me, and I guess that's where I'm coming up with the we. So, interestingly enough, this supply drop slash strike tower is actually, if you'll notice, it's just kind of a monument. It's a monument for the park that I'm in, actually. Let me see. Yeah, so La Bonita Park Regional Sports Complex. You can see it right there. I don't necessarily know that it has anything to do with it. I haven't, in all this time, I haven't noticed that monuments of any kind play a big role in the game, but just worth noting there. So we do have a, what is that, a Gallimimus and a Diplocalus. Should be pretty easy. You can see that I've changed up my team quite a bit from the last video. I want to talk about that a little bit. I was so close. I was like 80 points away, which is 3 wins, which if you guys have been playing for a while, you know 3 wins is kind of a lifetime. But I was up to, gosh, 4170 something, and let me just tell you that I'm probably the only person who's been playing since global launch, whatever day that was. It feels like a lifetime ago, probably 3 months ago, who does not have an Indoraptor. Ooh. And it sucks, but the Velociraptors, let's see what we get out of this real quick, and then I'll finish up that little story, because we're just kind of taking today low-key. Want to go over some new stuff here. I got a Gallimimus for 114, almost up to level 15 there. Diplocalus Gen 2, so not too bad. But Velociraptor was super common early on, and it's not real common now. And in fact, when I was on vacation, I was in a downtown area, so downtown Vancouver, and then other than that, I was in Disney World Animal Kingdom, and I saw more raptors then over those 9 days than I see when I'm at home in the evening. So, oh, look at that, a Giraffe Titan. Probably gonna head over that direction for sure. So I don't know what to do. I mean, aside from just going out and doing some hardcore hunting during the evening, which, you know, I'm a little limited as to what I can and cannot do, so that's probably not going to happen. But the path that I wanted to take is blocked. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if I look at my collection, my Velociraptor is level 20, but I'm at 1550. If I were to go to my Indominus Rex, I only have enough Indominus Rex DNA for 1 fusion on Indoraptor, and it looks like I'm gonna need like realistically, on average, I'm gonna need 6 more fusions. So that's 250 more Indominus Rex. You know, 120,000 more Velociraptor. But that doesn't include the Velociraptor that I need to get the additional Indominus Rex. So I'm forever away at this point. And I reached the point at the 41. I think the next 3 opponents that I got when I was about to hopefully break over the cusp of 4,200, the next 3 opponents all had Indoraptor. And I got nothing for that. And I know there are counters, but first things first, let's go ahead and crack open this little 15-minute incubator. Again, not really expecting just a whole heck of a lot here, but some darts. Gallimimus. Pasto, okay. Ooh, definitely want that irritator DNA. So we have a couple more things to go there. I am going to pop this scent capsule. Remember right away I'm going to get something, and it looks like I still don't know how to pronounce any of these. The Hatzeg, yeah, the Hatzeg. That's what I'm gonna call it. They're not super difficult to dart, but at the beginning when they kind of do that rocking motion, it can be a little difficult. I actually last night was playing around. Uh oh, this guy's gonna. Ooh, he did a turn. Thank you. But not enough of a turn. We're gonna lose him. Actually did a 338 darting, which is by far my high, and it was on an Allosaurus, so definitely good there. And I just don't have enough darts. That's kind of always my story. It's kind of funny, if you look where I'm at here, if you were to think with the reworkings that they've done as far as placements of supply drops and things of that nature, I lost the only supply drop that I can reach from my house. And I used to have to GPS drift to reach it, but now I have no hope. And there we go. Allosaurus Gen 2, I mean, I do just have the common little scent capsule down, so can't expect too much out of it. I opened up, I did one of those scent strike towers and got an epic, and I wanted to test it because now that these scent capsules have been out for a while, you know, the first video that I did was the day they were released, and so I wanted to check to see, well, how are they now? So the first time when I did one at my house, I had 3 epics spawn in my 20 minutes. Last night, I only had 1. And I was GPS drifting, not like on purpose, just the Wi-Fi or whatever causes it. And it's actually worse with the scent capsules. My GPS drift goes further around with the scent capsules than without. But just had 1. A little disappointing. Let me know in the comments below, have you noticed the difference between when the scent capsules first came out and now? Have you even continued to use them? The epic ones at 1,000 hard caches, pretty expensive. Now I was heading all the way over here to get the Giraffe-Titan, of which there is no more Giraffe-Titan. It has despawned on me. Pretty unfortunate. So what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna finish walking, I'm gonna head over, and I wanna talk about a new mechanic that was added in with 1.4, and it's the swap in abilities, because I had not really seen one until yesterday, because like most people just don't have the new dinosaurs leveled up high enough to be competitive unless you're in the low arenas. So if you are in low arenas, you probably see a lot of these. Whoa, okay. Argentina, wow, I haven't seen an Argentinosaurus in a while. It looks different. It looks more detailed since the update. Whoops. This isn't what I remembered Argentinosaurus looking like. It's a good change. Not complaining in any way, shape, or form. But with 1.3, they kind of changed up the way that T-Rex looked. And I think with 1.4, Argentinosaurus looks a little more realistic, a little different. Maybe not as cartoony. See, in that little sprite there, it looked kind of cartoonish. But definitely not the case now. So give me a minute, I'll get back and I want to talk about the new swap-in ability. Okay, so the new swap-in abilities and the way that you can tell if your dinosaur has it, and I'll just go to this Alanqua, maybe? Alanqua? Alanqua is what I'm gonna go. I think there should be a U in there for Alanqua, but that's what I'm gonna go with. But anyways, if you look down at the bottom, it'll say swap in, and then this one is invincibility. Now, if you look, not just the new dinosaurs got these new swap-in abilities, because if you look at this Sarcorhynchus, it has swap-in defense, where it's going to gain 50% shields for 2 turns after swapping in, and then you're unable to swap back out for 2 turns with a cooldown of 2. So basically what that's going to do is when you swap it in, it's not going to be able to swap right back out. So you can't just constantly swap. You actually have to let the dinosaur battle a little bit. But I do know that the majority, if not all of these new flying reptiles, and man, people get triggered. Like I even said at the beginning, I know they're not flying dinosaurs, but this is a dinosaur game, and so just everything on here is a dinosaur. Dimetrodon's not a dinosaur, but I call it a dinosaur because it's a dinosaur game, and man, people get triggered. This Pteranodon has the swap-in ferocity, which is going to increase damage 50% for 2 turns after swapping in. The reason why that one is not in my team is because of the level 11 is just no good. But then you have these other flying dinosaurs that are all down here at the bottom. I could probably take most of them up to pretty close to level 10. But I believe they all have these swap-in abilities. Now, one thing that I do like is that they have given you the opportunity to build up these dinosaurs quite a bit after numerous strike events have happened. If you're lower level, you're probably able to use them pretty quickly and pretty effectively. So if you are using the swap-in ability dinosaurs because you're lower level, and I would say anything under like 3,500 would be lower level. Let me know how it's working out for you. So what I'm going to do is I've got a couple openings, and I mean, you can see I've fallen 200 points, and I've probably only won out of my last like 15 games, legit, probably only won like 3. No shame. But I have some of these dinosaurs in here for their swap-in ability, so I do get one. Now my last video, hey, look at that, we're going against, I wouldn't open with a dinosaur that has a swap-in ability. What do I want to do here? I think I just want to kind of do the most damage possible. So we're going to go Thagomizer. It's going to decrease the speed, so I'm going to have a good opportunity here. Now, here's what could happen. He could do swap-in ability, and my opponent did not, so that's going to be the end of his Aliqua. Off to a much better start, but what I was saying is, a couple people suggested, you know, maybe not start off with your tank, your Stegodius. The problem is everything else I have kind of gets crushed quickly, and so I know Stegodius can hold up and take a little bit of a beating. So what I want to do is get it out there first, kind of weaken down my opponent, and then hopefully play matchups for the rest of the way. Obviously that didn't work out really well at all for me last time, but it looks like it might work out decently. He probably will do the... I would have thought that my opponent would have done the refresh to build up his energy, although it's kind of a waste at that point, I think. I'm going to go with Thagomizer so that I get to go first. Apologize about the beeping in the background there. and now I'm gonna get to go first. So here's my dilemma, and it's not really even a dilemma. So here's what I'm gonna do. I could go shield here, but seeing as how I'm gonna get knocked out soon anyways, I'm gonna just try to do the most damage that I can. I know I'm getting knocked out probably. Probably go with stun on the next move. That's what I would do if I were my opponent. Okay, so greater stunning strike. It didn't work, but I'm still gonna get knocked out here. There's nothing I can do. So I think I did the most damage that I could possibly do. And I'm kind of dumb because I could have just used my swap-in ability there. So here's what we'll do. Just gonna go easy. And my opponent didn't even try to. You know, when you set out to do a video on swap-in ability, and then you have a swap-in opportunity that was a great swap-in opportunity and you don't use it, that's not a good video. Let's try this again. Now watch me get no dinosaurs that have the swap-in ability here for my second try. I do have the two options. And actually, the thing is when I climb to my highest, it's because, I don't know if it's because, but I did have the swap-in ability dinosaurs, even though they are a lot weaker than the rest of my crew. Okay. So I do have it in, but I made it up, to that rank using these swap-in abilities. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna start off with my Dominus Rex. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna cloak, because my attack should knock him out. Didn't even need the crit, but that's okay. And now my opponent is going to bring in, and then this was a good opportunity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my swap in, and now I'm going to have invincibility for one turn here. My opponent went with Thagomizer, which is going to make him go first, and that's fine. And since this Ankylosaurus, has the ability to negate my instant invincibility shield, I'm just going to take this opportunity to swap out. And these dinosaurs are like the ultimate troll dinosaurs. Between their instant cripple and instant invincibility, if you're doing 1/10 of the damage or no damage, far too much. Okay, I'm going to go with Ferocious Strike because he doesn't have his shield up. The good thing is I believe I have immunity here, and I do. So I'm always going to get to go first, although I'm not going to be able to sustain much more damage. That's going to do a lot of damage to him. And I'll probably get knocked out here. Okay. I can deal with that. If I swap in here, then I get to go first. Although he has 2 priority moves. Like I said, it's the ultimate troll dinosaur. Now he's going to do instant cripple, which is only going to allow me to do 10% of my normal damage. But hopefully right here, hopefully, I do more than 400. Thank you. So now I'm up 2 dinosaurs to 1. Since I go first, I just want to take out as much health as I can. Superiority strike, okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my swap in ability. I'm in a little bit of trouble here, I'm not gonna lie, because I have my other 2 dinosaurs are weak. Weakened, how about that? And there's a little bit of a glitch here. I can't tap on my dinosaur to find out its speed. I just know that it's not faster. So now I'm going to do my superiority strike. Get stunned. I hope this doesn't turn into another stun video. Now he should go... Oh good, he went superiority strike, but that's what I did, so I'm going to get to go first. And I think I'm just going to cut my losses here and go with Rampage. If I don't knock him out, I'm probably going to get knocked out. I just didn't do a whole lot of damage. So I'm going to get knocked out here. The problem is my opponent still has another dinosaur that I haven't seen. So I knew that was going to happen. This is so risky. Because I have to cloak, because I can't sustain a shot. And now if he can do his shield, he's going to completely negate what I wanted to do. But I had to do that. One dodge, okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. See, that was an expensive loss. It was like 30. I probably shouldn't have lost to that. So we're gonna go one more try with the swap in abilities here, and I have 2 swap in ability dinosaurs. I'm just gonna start off with my Velociraptor. Hopefully get 2 shots in, swap out to something else. If it goes away, then bring out my Gallimimus Rex. This is a good matchup for me, because I'm going to go first. So I'm going to get a knockout. I'm going to lose the majority of my health here. I have noticed that the preview doesn't always represent exactly how much damage you're going to do, so be careful of that. And the reason why I went with my smaller attack there is because I wanted to use my bigger attack here, knowing that he's going to use superiority strike to try to get the advantage. Oh, 4. So then the question becomes, who does more damage? So 838. So now I'm going to swap in with my Sarcorexis. I'm going to have a shield up for 2 turns, which is nice. And I'm faster than him. So I'm going to go with my Ferocious Strike for the increased attack. Agamizer is going to slow me down. I'm going to lose my shield, but I'm going to follow this up with Stun. 26. I have to stun here. Okay, good. And then they both do 1 times damage. This one goes through armor. Nice, nice. That was all the way nice. So then I'm going to use another swap in ability and hope that I can sustain the second hit. The second hit is going to be pretty brutal. I'm going to use my superiority strike to hopefully survive. Nice. And then I'm going to get to go first. And I'm going to go with instant invincibility for 2 turns, which is going to allow me to get a rampage. And that'll get pretty close to knocking out my opponent there. Especially because my opponent did the ready to crush. And I'm okay with that. So I'm going to get knocked out here. Yeah, that was a foregone conclusion. And now I'm going to bring in my Indominus Rex. I'm going to cloak. Hope I don't get hit twice. If I can dodge one time, I think I win. And there's the one dodge. So he's not going to be able to take me out here. And that was a good display of how the swap-in abilities really work. It allowed me to get a great advantage that with my other 2 combined dinosaurs, I was able to ride to a 3-1 victory against the GOAT. So nice there. So maybe if you are struggling down in the lower arenas, you know, if you're in the higher levels, this information is probably not going to be super useful to you unless you were able to specifically focus on one of these swap-in ability dinosaurs over the past 2.5 weeks now. But for all of you who are kind of in the same boat as I am, you saw that my Alanquah was pretty under-leveled at 15, but it still held up well. And it wasn't great, but what it did was it allowed me to whittle down my opponent's dinosaurs to the point that, yeah, I was on the verge of having both of them knocked out, but they survived. And whether it's 1 health point or 5,000 health points, as long as you get to 3 knockouts before your opponent does, it doesn't matter how much you have left. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will say that my versus battles have worked so far with 1.4. So what I may try to do is try to do some viewer battles over the weekend and then post those up for everybody. I know people like to battle against me. They like to beat me, and it's not hard to do, but people like to battle against me, and then I will put those on my channel over the weekend. That's all I've got for this one. So until next time.